So this is my 25 and 25. I'm seeing this doing the rounds at the moment. So it's 25 books that effectively I want to read in 2025. And this is 25 books from your physical TBR. That's how I've taken it, because I've got plenty of books to pick 25 from. In fact, I could probably do this 4 times over, which is embarrassing as hell. So I have a stack here which you've seen in the thumbnail. I'm just going to go through them and show you what I really want to read this year. These are the ones that have come literally from the piles that you've seen in my chaos intro from my previous video. These are the ones that have come out first from that pile. So in literally no order. I don't know when I'm going to get to these. These are just going to be worked through. So let's go that side for you and take the glare off. This is Law of the Wilds by this wonderful person here. I'm not going to try and butcher names. It's just not fair. I brought this because I'd heard a little bit about it. There were a few people talking about it, saying how wonderful and magical it was. I've picked it up. It's got black main characters in it, so that's something I'm really up for reading more of this year. I had a look at my fantasy reads from 2024 and realised there was a lot of the same that I had drifted off in my variety that I was reading, so I'm making a concerted effort to read more diversity this year. So that's my first one. Then I've got The Gods Below by Andrea Stewart. This is the new one from the author of The Bone Shard Daughter, which is another series I really need to finish reading. I'm really bad at finishing series, if you haven't guessed by now. Sky on Fire. Okay, so I need to read this one because I've picked this up at the same time I read The Night Ended in Fire. Both got dragons in, which is why I picked him up. The Night Ends in Fire I read and absolutely loved, so it's like, well, I ought to read the one that I picked up alongside it. This is Fushia's Wrath. This is gorgeous, which is one of the reasons I picked it up, but also I'd heard a lot of good about this at Yauk, and I figured, do you know what, I'm going to just go for it. Blood of the Old Kings. I mean, another dragon book. I've heard mixed about this one, so I'm willing to give this a go on my own. But yeah, it's not quite as big as some of my books on this pile, which is quite reassuring, to be honest. We have The Spice Gate. This is my Locked Library edition, which is rather gorgeous. I've heard very good about this book, but not enough people have been talking about it. I think it's kind of slipped under the radar. It gives me definitely the sci-fi-ish elements of fantasy, so I'm really looking forward to reading that one. Oh, this one is an embarrassment. This is Babel by R.F. Kuang, again, the Locked Library edition. I have got about 100 pages into this and then just stopped. I clearly was not in the right frame of mind to read it. I do want to read this. I love The Poppy War. Again, another trilogy I haven't finished yet. It keeps breaking my heart, and I don't know if I'm sane enough to finish it, but there we go. But Babel, I know, is completely different. I read Yellowface last year and absolutely loved it, so Babel I really need to read. Actually, did I read Yellowface the year before? Oh my god, where has time gone? The Book That Broke the World. So this is book 2 in the library series by Mark Lawrence. I absolutely adored the first one. I need to read this one, and again, nice spread edges on this too. Oh my god, this pile's getting huge. This is More Perfect by Temi O. I love their Do You Dream of Terror 2. Really cool sci-fi. Really liked it, so I've picked this up straight away because it was the same author. I have yet to read it. I'm so rubbish at this. You know, how I call myself a reader, I'm not quite sure. Then there is, finally, The Iron King. I think this is book 1. I've had these for a whole time. You can see there's the series. They're all there. This is a Fairy Loot edition, so I've been collecting these for a few years now. And I've never actually read the Iron Face series at all by Julie. I have read the Shadow of the Dragon. I can't move Sam because Frodo falls over. Shadow of the Fox trilogy. I have read that. I read that during lockdown and really loved it. So I automatically bought their other series and have yet to read it. So naughty me. That's going to be rectified hopefully this year. Even if I start it. I mean, I might not finish a series because, you know, me and series, we have issues. Next up, I've got Heavenly Tyrant by this awesome author. We have been waiting years for this book to come out. Lots of reasons. Please go and check out the full story of why Heavenly Tyrant was delayed. This is the sequel to the amazing Iron Widow. I'm very excited to read this. That might be next week's book. Forged by Blood. This was an impromptu Yalk pickup. I can't wait to read this. Steel Princess. This was another Yalk buy. They had independent authors there for a change this year, so I brought a couple of books from that one. You're about to see another one. So I actually got to talk to the authors and other things. So it was really nice seeing independent authors being promoted at such a big event. This is the other one, To Take a Soul. I discovered this author on TikTok, so I'm now following them. I love their stuff. So I'm very excited to read both of those books by new authors that hopefully will get that big break, like so many others that appear to have done, but frankly I've not enjoyed quite as much. This is It Waits in the Forest. Okay, I admit it, this is a cover buy. I'm sorry. I saw the artwork for this first on my Instagram. I can't remember who it is, which is really bad. But I saw this book and it's like, do you know what? I'm having that because that artwork is awesome. But I can't wait to read that because it's got like a horror vibe to it as well. Then there's The Art of Prophecy. This is a duology. Yes, I do have the sequel. Yes, I have brought the sequel before reading the first one. Yes, I'm that person. But again, beautiful sprayed edges. Thank you, Waterstones. I think it was one of the first books I brought when I started working at Waterstones. So, The Mars House. Oh, sorry, there's a lot of glare there. We actually do have a little bit of sunshine shining through today. This was recommended to me by the colleague who I was actually covering when I started working at Waterstones. And they were saying that they really like this book. It's a proper sci-fi book. So I'm very up for reading that one. And Natasha has another one coming out this year. I need to get a move on. Gear Breakers. Oh my God, how long have I had this on my shelf for? This is steampunk LGBTQ. Sign me up. Why have I not read it sooner? The Final Strife. I now have the complete trilogy of this. Thankfully, all with sprayed edges, which is very cool. Why have I not read this though? You know, Abby of Palanor has raved about this book, and I need to sit and read it. I'm sorry. A Shadow Crown. Okay, so this is book 2 in the Halfling series, and I loved the first one. Why have I not finished it off with the second one? I've got the third one sat up there waiting for me. Apparently book 4 came out. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Are you as bad as I am? Is it just me? The Oleander Sword. The Jasmine Throne was one of my favourite books when I read it last year. Year before. I've automatically brought the second and third book in the series. I ordered the Illumicrate editions. Have I read book 2 yet? No. Why not? My battery is also going. The Faithless, book 2, still not finished it. The Blood Trials. The Will of the Many. I've had that for a year. And Sing Me to Sleep. I need to read these books. That's my 25 in 25. I'm rushing because I've got a little red light flashing at me going, you're going to die in a second. So, let me know your 25 in 25 down below. Leave the links to your videos or your blogs. I'm quite happy to go and watch and read. Love to know what you guys want to read this year as a priority from your pile that you already have at home. As always, thank you very much for watching and happy reading. Bye.